What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 3rd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else you need to know for today. Before I get into any of that, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that, let's get right to it. So today is the big day, Fed rate decision. So that's coming up at 2 o'clock. So what is going to be said is going to dictate probably what happens to the broader market. Futures are slightly red based off of no fundamental reason or news, just other than just last minute jitters. Ultimately, fear and greed index is starting to go down slightly. So it is at 70. You do see Bitcoin selling off as of yesterday. So that has been pretty dramatic. But aside from that, it hasn't really affected the fear and greed index. But getting right to some stocks, SOFI is up slightly, 0.14%. There was news that did come out yesterday in the morning, so I've already done a dedicated video all about that. But aside from that, no new SEC filings as of today, just that 144 as well yesterday. Shorts aren't doing all that much, so they have been kind of timid, probably waiting no doubtably for today. But 18.94% of the free float is being shorted, 173.04 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost of borrow average is 1.47. So the chart that they have been kind of increasing is somewhat scary. I don't know where they get off to feel justified on doing that, but what do I know? I'm not a financial advisor. Some key points to watch for with it at $6.94 pre-market, right above this S1, so $6.90. You'll want to watch for that to hold. Vice versa, $7.29 will be that next strong resistance. Pretty wide of a gap, so probably you won't see this pivot touched prior to Powell speaking. So it probably will just be a little bit more downward pressure. So again, just watch for that $6.90 to hold. If not, it'll just trade between this S2 and this S1. But moving on though, there is a lot of volume getting into microcloud. So it is up 12.53% pre-market. No news, no SEC filings to really justify that. So very, very interesting. I did film a video last night. I put it out early this morning, 15 minutes in fact, before this stock did spike up. I think it was up like 25% at one point. But my video was about the top 5 squeeze stocks in the market right now based on short interest. And so microcloud, based on this, is the 5th most heavily shorted stock. 72.27% of the free float is being shorted. This company definitely does have a very low float. So 686.63 thousand shares overall are being shorted. And cost of borrow average is 222.24%. As far as if you are looking at trading this with it at 567, it is between this pivot in this R1, so 557 and then 596 will be points to watch for. If it does pull down, then just watch this 517. But aside from that though, it's definitely a very interesting momentum play. And as well as speaking on momentum plays, SOUN. So this is down slightly, 3.12%. And similarly, there hasn't been any news today, no SEC filings. There was that news that came out on the 18th associated to NVDA. So yeah, pretty good stuff. And I think that's one of the aspects that has really pushed the SOUN higher is just AI. And so we'll just have to wait and see what does happen today, because essentially if there's going to be more of the mentality of higher for longer, AI will probably have a pullback, a significant pullback in fact. So that's something just to keep in mind. Shorts are slightly increasing, but 13.76% of the free float is being shorted. 36.8 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost per average is 22.64%. As far as trading this, I have done some dedicated SOUN videos, and I've said this time and time again. Just watch this 805. It keeps flirting with it so far pre-market. So we'll just have to wait. Of course, there is a lot of momentum with SOUN because even yesterday it did dip below that, and lo and behold, it just comes back with a massive vengeance to above that. So just watch for this 805, but of course take that with a grain of salt, because if big money wants to push it higher, it will. And big money has been really looking at SOUN over the last little bit. Moving on, Treasure Globe, tickers TGL. This is what they do, so you can pause it and read through it, but it is up 67.35%. And based off of no news, and as far as SEC filings, there's been absolutely nothing. So this one didn't really find anything associated to that. Somewhat low for a short interest, 6.18% of the free float being shorted. Shorts aren't doing all that much, but 43.88 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So another low float. Market seems to really love low floaters, but cost to borrow average is 269.89%. If you're looking at trading this with it at 737, it is between this pivot and this R1. So smack dab right in the center. So just watch for 640 to hold and then $9.96 for it to potentially break out. So this company, based on, I think I had a high of $168 as far as a 52-week high, recently did a 1-for-70 reverse stock split on February the 27th. So that's how you do have that massive scale right there. Moving on to the final stock. So this one is up 17.72%. PDD Holdings, so ticker's PDD. This is what they do, so you can pause it and read through it. But they did unveil their earnings and a little bit better than anticipated. So of course, this is why it is going up. This is probably one of the largest companies I've had on the trending stocks so far, because normally companies of this market cap doesn't get a significant inflow of capital. So like I said, 169.63 billion. Aside from that, very low for the short interest, 3.42%. Shorts are increasing slightly, but 23.46 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost to borrow average is 0.47%. You do, interestingly enough, see the cost to borrow minimum be negative, so some signs of manipulation. So of course that does mean a broker out there is physically paying people to short this company, but still with the market cap probably doing not that much of a damage. So with it at $149 right now, it is trading above this R3. So in theory, kind of overbought, and it'll be outside the Bollinger Band. So essentially you might see a lot of volatility and a kind of a pullback to this 146. But then again, what do I know? I'm not a financial advisor. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. What other stocks are you watching? One final thing, take advantage of this promo as I've been sharing with you. Simply sign up for an account with MULN, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.